all you miniatures lovers on the interwebs. I'm Doc Eon, welcoming you to another Monday where I will ramble about miniatures. This Monday is Monday the 13th of September 2021. And I've failed in my goals this week. I've had too much other stuff to do, and it simply meant less time for painting. And I couldn't focus properly when I did have time. So what you're looking at is everything I finished. I finished these two hassle-free minis in the front. We have Jean, or Sean is her name simply. I guess you're supposed to think of Sean Dark. I painted a sort of mosaic floor for her. And she's just all metal basically, so that's why she's finished quickly. And then we have Lord Mort here. Morte. So he's got there's a smudge on his sword there. I might go back and fix that. But otherwise he's pretty cool. And I painted his armor and I used various inks to give it sort of like a colored metal look, except for the sword and the helmet. Or the shield. The shield is just pure bronze. Which we will have to assume is like bronze paint on a wood shield, because you can't carry a solid bronze shield. That would be insane. Unless it's somehow magical to have less weight. And he's just standing on a kind of floor with some candles there. And then I did the brush stand from the Reapercon set of stuff, because this was really easy, yeah. Painted the Reaper colors, like bone and red and wood, and some metallics for the parts that are supposed to be metallic. Not very detailed, like on the inside here or on the back of them. It's just plain brown, because nobody's ever going to look at that. And the idea is, of course, that you have brushes lying down between these pegs as a rack. And don't know if I'll ever use it. Well, I will try to find a place for it on my works desk, but we'll see how that works out. We'll also have to see how much I finish the coming week, because this coming week I'm going to spend 2 days away from home completely on a school trip. Not with students, fortunately. It's the staff going on a kind of retreat to have a conference about our goals for the upcoming year. Always leads to very abstract discussions of our vision. Oh well. At least it's a trip, and we get to eat and drink and be merry a little bit in the evenings. And these, you gotta have conferences. That's what work life is like. Back to the miniatures. Let's not be going down the rabbit hole of ordinary life. So anyway, I have put some paint on some of the other figures I started, and well, let's move on to see that. So here's everything I failed to complete this week. All these hassle-free minis. Now in the front row we see some that have a bit of paint put on them, mostly metallics and skin colors, and I started work on it, and we have some undercoats on some of the ones in the back row here, but they're very early along, like 10 to 20% done. Quite a lot of work to go before we can call them complete. But as I said, these things happen. We'll just have a backlog for a while. It's fine. No panic. And here's the rest of that bone stuff from the latest shipment that I decided to prep. It's mostly just cleaning it up a little and priming it. Some of them required assembly. The Build a Pirate kit. These three. This is also where I messed up a little bit. Hopefully you can't tell. But this guy is missing his chin, because as I was cutting his head off his sprue, I slipped a little and his chin is gone. a small piece of plastic. I suppose I could have tried to glue it on, but nah. I just like tilted his head downwards, like he's looking down, and I like his chin is disappearing in his collar. Maybe I don't think anybody will notice. Now these two had such small integrated bases that I put them on round plastic bases, and I green stuffed some texture on there. I messed up on this one, so the cobblestones are going two different directions. Maybe I can say she's standing at an intersection or something. Oh well. Looks better. The wood texture, planking texture, looks a little bit better on these, I think. But otherwise, I just went with the bases they're standing on. This is the new standard for Reaper, it seems, going with these pretty thick and regular sized integrated bases, but they're oval, they're not round. I don't know. I mean, it's okay, I suppose. I would have preferred perfectly round bases for stability, but considering they're plastic and if they fall over, they don't get damaged anyway, so I suppose it's okay. Yeah. We'll see when I get around to these. And we already have another package from Reaper. See, I placed an order at the beginning of this month, thinking it would take as long as it usually does, like 3 or 4 weeks. And the order was mainly for Halloween-themed minis, like the Headless Footman, because I wanted them for October. But the thing is, they've actually upped their game. Reaper has. They've joined something called IOSS, which, anyway, it's a way to prepay taxes when shipping from the UK into the EU. So a way to slightly get around the hassle of Brexit. See, okay, before Brexit even happened, what I did was, when I ordered something from the UK from Reaper, as I paid British VAT, value added tax, what Americans would call sales tax. And that was it, no problem. After Brexit happened, they sent it without paying taxes, which meant on arrival to Sweden, it would have to go through customs, and they would apply Swedish VAT plus a surcharge for the handling. Now, and it also took much longer. So what they've come up with now is a portal that allows companies to pay the VAT of the target country in advance, and then it will sail just through customs. And so what it means is, I add on the Swedish VAT, which is slightly higher than the British. It's 25% instead of 20. So it's like price hikes since before Brexit, but at least I don't have to pay the extra customs charges, and apparently it sails through much quicker. This got here in like a week instead of 3 or 4. So good on you, Reaper. Now let's hoping every UK company does this. But what this means is I got these minis too early. So I'm not going to start painting most of them right away, but I'm saving them for October, for the Halloween season. The Headless Footman here. We have, this one is simply called a lady. She's in the catalog, she's called the Day of the Dead Duchess. She's kind of a spooky themed. Did the camera stand up? There we go. Let's see if I can turn around. She has a kind of a, you can only see the back of her here, but the face is kind of painted like the Day of the Dead mask. What else we got? We have Fritz the Pumpkin Horror, which is a pumpkin man. Another pumpkin horror named Freddy. A collection of various jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins. This isn't a mini. I'm not counting this as a mini. This is just scenery. And then we have 3 of the classic horror line, the classic monsters, movie monsters. We have Dracula. we have The Monster, which is Frankenstein's monster, and we have The Wolfman. Now these are really old minis, you can tell because they're a smaller scale. But I thought they were fun sculpts and amusing and appropriate for Halloween. Then we have the bonus stuff. You always get bonus minis when you order from Reaper. This is the newest Bones USA. Philly Jonk. I think it's supposed to be Philly Fionk, but oh well. Hellborn Rogue. Oh, what's Hellborn? Oh, she has curly horns. So yeah, she's a tiefling. And then an older Bones figure called Fiara, Elf Heroine, who is an elf with a big two-handed sword that's kind of wobbly because it's old soft bones. Now, as I said, it's not Halloween yet. Also, I have a huge backlog of unpainted stuff, so I'm not going to prep much of this paint. I'm going to take these two, which are not Halloween themed, and I'm prepping these for next week. But I think that'll be enough because I'm really behind on my painting. Yeah. So, as mentioned, I'm going to try to catch up a little bit next week. It's going to be hard because I'm traveling, but we'll see if I can pick myself out of this rut. It'll be an exciting wait, a cliffhanger for you to see that. So join me in a week, see what happens. Same channel, same day of the week, same Dakion. Who's now? Signing off.